Stop scrolling because what I'm about to tell you will change the way every woman feels about you forever. Most men think a hug is just a hug. Simple, harmless, meaningless, wrong. One hug done the right way can make her crave your presence, think about you all day, and wonder why she can't get enough of you. You're about to learn the 4 things that turn a simple hug into a silent signal of desire, things 90% of men completely ignore. If you want her drawn to you like a magnet, pay attention because missing this will keep you invisible while other men take the spotlight. When you hug a woman, most men completely miss the opportunity right in front of them. They think a hug is just a hug, an automatic routine, a simple gesture that doesn't carry weight. But you, if you want to stand out, if you want her to feel a pull toward you that she can't resist, you need to understand something fundamental. Every touch, every movement, every moment of closeness communicates something powerful. You either communicate that you are ordinary like every other guy she meets, or you communicate that you are different, that you are the kind of man she can't stop thinking about. And the difference is in the details, the things that most men don't even notice. So I'm going to tell the psychology behind physical closeness, the 4 things you must do when you hug a woman to make her want you more. The first thing is presence. Presence is not just standing there and letting her wrap her arms around you. Presence is the energy you radiate in that moment. Most men hug with a blank mind, thinking about what they'll say next, about what she looks like, about some insecurity they're carrying. That kills attraction instantly. When you hug her, you need to be fully in that hug. Feel her weight, feel the warmth of her body against yours. Don't rush it, don't pull away too soon. Let that moment linger just enough that she can feel it. Look into her eyes if you can, but not in a creepy way. Let your energy tell her that she is important in this moment, but not more important than you. Confidence is silent. Presence communicates that silently. Women are hardwired to notice energy, to feel the difference between a man who is fully alive and a man who is half present, distracted, anxious. If you are fully present, she will feel it. She will feel that intensity, and her mind will start associating that feeling with you. The second thing is control. When you hug her, you are not her friend. You are not trying to make her like you by being polite or gentle. You are a man who owns his space, who commands the moment without saying a word. That doesn't mean forcing her or being rough. It means guiding the hug naturally, decisively. Let your hands rest in the biggest mistake men make when hugging confident place. Let your body align with hers in a comfortable way and don't overthink it. Many men freeze because they are afraid of sending the wrong signal. That fear kills attraction. Control is not dominance. Control is calm certainty. It's the knowledge that you know who you are, that you know what you want, and that you can take the lead in subtle ways. A woman feels that. She feels the safety, the strength, the direction. She feels a pull to a man who is secure in himself. Control in a hug is about showing that you are a man who can create safety and desire simultaneously. Women respond to that instinctively. The third thing is timing. Timing is everything in human connection, and in a hug, timing decides whether you create tension or relief, desire, or boredom. Most men hug and immediately let go, or they hug too long and suffocate the moment. Neither works. You need to gauge the moment, feel the energy between you, and adjust. Start with the initial contact and let it communicate your intent. Don't rush to say anything or break the hug too soon. Let a subtle pause exist. That pause, that almost imperceptible moment, is what makes her notice you in a way she won't notice most men. It's what makes her feel the subtle electricity, the magnetic tension that draws her closer. You are teaching her without words that being near you is different, that it's not casual, Thing number 1, your intention matters, has meaning. Timing is instinctive, but it must be practiced. Watch her responses, feel the energy, and let your timing create a rhythm she subconsciously wants to follow. The fourth thing is mystery. Most men are completely transparent. They give everything away too quickly. In a hug, you have a unique opportunity to inject mystery into the interaction. Don't over-explain, don't over-touch, don't make everything about her. Let her feel that there is something more to you that she doesn't know yet. A subtle, confident energy, a touch on her back that lingers, just enough. A small smile that says you are enjoying the moment but not revealing everything. These are the things that create intrigue. Mystery is the fuel of attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men they cannot fully predict. Men they want to explore. A hug done right can give her that sense of curiosity, that desire to know more, to feel more. When she walks away, she should feel your energy lingering, not your words, not your explanations. That residue of mystery will make her think about you longer, notice you more, and feel a pull she can't articulate. These four things, presence, control, timing, and mystery, are not complicated. They don't require tricks or routines. They require awareness, self-respect, and understanding of how attraction works on a subconscious level. Most men fail because they approach a hug like it's a handshake, a formality. You approach a hug like it's a silent conversation, a chance to communicate who you are in a way words never could. If you do this consistently, you don't need to chase her. You don't need to over-message, over-analyze, or play games. She will thing number two. Body alignment and masculine presence, feel the difference. She will notice that you are not like other men. She will be drawn to that energy without realizing it consciously. Here's the truth most men will never tell you. Women don't just respond to words. They respond to energy, to subtle cues, to the way a man carries himself when he is close to them. A hug is one of the most intimate, one of the most telling moments in that energy exchange. Do it casually and you are just another guy. Do it with presence, control, timing, and mystery, and you become a man who leaves an imprint, a man who makes her want more without even trying to explain why, a man who becomes unforgettable. You need to practice this. You need to feel your own energy first before you can communicate it. You need to be comfortable in your skin, secure in your identity, and decisive in your actions. This isn't about manipulation. This is about understanding psychology, understanding human nature, and understanding how subtle moments build attraction faster than any line or gesture. Every hug is a conversation, a chance to leave a lasting impression. Every time you enter that space, you have the opportunity to make her want you more, to make her feel a connection that goes beyond physical, beyond casual, beyond fleeting. Most men are blind to this. They see hugs as minor, as insignificant, as nothing more than a formality, but you see differently. You understand that the way you hug a woman communicates more about who you are than any conversation could. You understand that attraction is built in seconds, in gestures, in energy. You understand that by mastering these four things, you are stepping into a power most men will never touch. And the women who feel that, who notice that, who are drawn to that, they will remember it. They will, thing number three, timing that builds desire, feel it. They will want to experience more of it. Presence, control, timing, mystery, these are your tools, not your words, not your jokes, not your status. These are what make a hug more than a hug. These are what make her feel something she didn't expect but can't ignore. These are what separate a man who is ordinary from a man who is unforgettable. If you want her to feel that pull, you must understand that every micro moment matters. How you enter the hug, how long you linger, how your energy shifts when her body is near yours, these are all signals she reads without thinking. Women are wired to feel connection before they process it consciously. You can't fake this. If your energy is hesitant, if your confidence is shaky, she will sense it immediately. But when you are grounded, when you move with quiet assurance, when your presence fills the space without trying too hard, she feels it in her body first and her mind follows. Attraction starts in the body, in the subtle chemistry of energy before it ever reaches words. Another thing most men overlook is the transition into and out of the hug. Too many men hug and then awkwardly shuffle away, leaving the moment dead. You, on the other hand, need to master the flow. The way you step into her space, the way you adjust naturally, the way you let the hug end with a subtle pullback rather than a sudden release. It all communicates emotional intelligence, composure, and quiet dominance. A woman notices these things. She notices the rhythm, the flow, the way you handle the smallest details. She may not be able to describe why, but she will feel the difference. That feeling is what makes her think about you later, what makes her anticipate seeing you again, what makes her mind replay that hug long after it's over. Touch itself carries weight, but context amplifies it. A hug that is brief and rushed communicates nothing. A hug that lingers with intention communicates safety, interest, and strength. Let your hands rest naturally. Let your shoulders align comfortably and adjust just enough to signal confidence without overdoing it. Small adjustments, subtle cues, and the tiniest shifts in posture, they all speak louder than words. When done right, the hug becomes what women feel but never say, a silent conversation, a language she instinctively understands. Finally, remember that what you feel inside shows on the outside. If you are anxious, insecure, or desperate, she will feel that. If you are calm, confident, and self-assured, that radiates and draws her in like a magnet, your internal state is your power. Master that and everything else, the presence, control, timing, and mystery becomes natural. She will feel your energy. She will want more, and she will remember the way that hug made her feel long after you walk away. Every hug is an opportunity to communicate who you are without saying a single word, to plant a seed of desire and curiosity that grows without effort. Most men will never realize that attraction is built in moments that seem insignificant on the surface. A hug is not just a physical gesture. It's an opportunity to communicate your value, your energy, your confidence, and your emotional intelligence, all without a single word. The subtle things matter more than anything. How you shift your weight, the pressure you apply, the micro pauses between movements. She feels all of it, and she compares it unconsciously to every other man she's encountered. If you are aware of that, if you consciously choose to be present, deliberate, and controlled, you immediately stand out. That is the difference between a forgettable hug and a hug that lingers in her mind like a memory she can't shake. Pay attention to her response, not just her words. Her body language will tell you everything. Does she lean in slightly? Does her hand signal for emotional safety versus neediness linger? Does she make subtle eye contact that communicates curiosity or interest? Most men ignore these cues because they are too focused on their own insecurities, too busy thinking about what to say next, too worried about appearing too forward. You cannot be that man. You have to be the man who reads the signals and adjusts with precision. If she is receptive, you match her energy confidently, subtly escalating the connection. If she is hesitant, you remain calm, grounded, and unshakable, signaling that your value does not depend on her reaction. Women are drawn to men who are emotionally independent, who carry themselves with assurance regardless of external validation. Another critical element is anticipation. You need to create a subtle sense of wanting more before the hug even ends. Let your movements communicate that there is more to this interaction, more to your energy, more to you than what she is experiencing in the moment. This isn't about manipulation. It's about demonstrating that you are a man with depth, a man whose presence she cannot fully comprehend in one brief encounter. The anticipation lingers, and it is in that lingering tension that attraction grows exponentially. She begins to associate you with excitement, with curiosity, with that magnetic pull she feels but cannot yet define. And finally, your internal state governs everything. A hug is an extension of who you are at that moment. If you are calm, grounded, and confident, that energy radiates and is impossible for her to ignore. If you are anxious, uncertain, or distracted, she senses that too. Master your internal state. Master the energy you bring into every interaction, and the hug becomes a powerful tool in building desire. Every moment you spend in her presence becomes an imprint, a memory, a subtle signal that draws her in further. It is not the signs the hug is working length of the hug, the words you say, or the pressure you apply alone. It is the combination of presence, control, timing, mystery, and your unwavering internal confidence that creates a magnetic, unforgettable connection. You also need to understand the power of subtle contrast in a hug. Most men hug the same way every time. Soft, predictable, safe, that's boring. If you want her to feel desire, you need to mix confidence with softness, strength with gentleness, intensity with calm. Let your body communicate strength while your touch communicates care. Lean in just enough to create tension, then pull back slightly to give her space to breathe. That push and pull, when done naturally, signals that you are a man of balance, a man who can lead but doesn't need to dominate, a man who is aware of himself and her simultaneously. That balance is magnetic, and it creates an almost subconscious pull that she can't rationalize. Voice tone and proximity also play an underestimated role. Even if you say nothing, the way you breathe, the subtle sound of your voice, if you whisper a simple word or let out a small laugh, communicates intimacy. Women are wired to notice these micro signals. Lean in just slightly while maintaining eye contact. Let your energy hum in a calm, controlled way, and she will feel a connection that goes deeper than words. Most men overlook these details because they think attraction is about grand gestures, elaborate compliments, or over-the-top displays. It isn't. It's built in the small moments, in the controlled energy you bring, in the final mindset shift that changes everything, unspoken messages you send with your body and presence. Another thing that separates men who are forgettable from men who are irresistible is emotional steadiness. Never let the hug be dictated by her energy alone. If she is flustered, anxious, or hesitant, you remain grounded. If she is relaxed and receptive, you match that energy but maintain subtle dominance. Women notice stability and they are drawn to men who can regulate their energy without effort. That stability signals strength, security, and leadership, qualities that make you desirable. It communicates that being near you is safe, exciting, and worth her attention. Finally, understand the lingering effect. A great hug doesn't end when you pull away. Your energy should trail, leaving her feeling the memory of you in her body and mind. That lingering feeling is what turns attraction into desire. She may not say it, she may not even understand it consciously, but she will notice the way her heart beats a little faster, the way her mind drifts back to that moment. You have created a psychological imprint through subtlety, confidence, timing, and presence, a pull that makes her want more of you, makes her remember you, makes her curiosity and desire build without you ever having to say a single